Norton, and today we have some incredible people joining us. We're going to introduce you to them, but happy June. June is a phenomenal month because it's my birthday month. Mine too. And so let's get started. So we have some high school seniors, all from the city of Newark. They attend Newark schools. The first I'm going to introduce is Jocelyn. Jocelyn attends University High School, and she is one of the phenomenal basketball players on the girls varsity basketball team. They are our state champions, and not just for this year, but for last year. And so, say hey, Jocelyn.
Hey, guys.
Next to her is Emmanuel. Emmanuel is a student at Weequahic High School. He is passionate about photography, and that passion definitely shines through when he is in the photos. When you look at them, we were just looking at some of them out there, and we were just noticing how incredible they are. And he's also into engineering. So, Emmanuel, say what's up to everybody.
Hey, everyone.
Next to me, on the right side of me, is Ayana. Ayana is actually a bonus. She also attends University High School, and she plans on attending Morgan State. Not just plans, but she's admitted into Morgan State. And so, yes, she is a character. I had to separate her from Jocelyn over there. Don't be afraid to talk, y'all.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Ayana. Say hey to everyone.
Hey, it's Ayana.
They're too cool for me. And then, last but not least, is the Usman. He attends Science Park High School, and he is also fourth in the nation for debate. Let's clap it up. Woo! Usman for being fourth in the United States of America. Usman, come on, say hello to everybody.
You.
I'm sorry. So is that how you win your debates? You just have like one word drop, and the mic just drops, and it's like you won, all done.
And the crowd go crazy.
And so I wanted you all to come and be my guests because y'all phenomenal. I think here in the city of Newark, people think that our youth are kind of just doing crazy things, and not crazy dope things, but crazy what is going on with our youth. They're doing nothing. This is terrible, our future. But all four of you are phenomenal in your own right. And I think that's another thing that's dope in terms of you're all in different schools, in different areas, have different passions, and you guys are just rocking it. And I'm apologize for saying guys because we also have ladies. But y'all doing it. And so what motivated all y'all? So I said we have a state champion. Yes, we have photographer. We have all these different entities being represented here. What is the passion? Like, where did this all come from? Because y'all pretty, young. I'm young too, but I'm not that young. And so where did all this passion start from? I'm going to have Usman start because he only dropped one word in his introduction. And so, one word.
Oh, you want me? All right. Yeah, so in terms of like how I ended up really starting to like debate and wanting to be the best in debate, it's kind of actually ironic because coming out of 8th grade and middle school, all I used to do, and I used to be on the basketball team, and I was playing in the joint science basketball team. And
wait, for all of our listeners, Usman, how tall are you?
I'm like 6'5" now.
Yeah, so off the bat, you look at him like, oh, he clearly plays.
Compared to me, he like 7'2".
Right.
But once I started joining the team, people started comparing me to my brother because he actually plays basketball and plays for the G League right now. And
what's that?
It's like I guess if you want to, if there's like a D1 and D2 in college basketball, G League would be like the D2 of NBA.
Oh, okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, okay.
Word. And I got a little tired of like people comparing me to him. And then Austin kind of came up. Well, who would end up being my debate coach was like.
Who's your debate coach?
Mr. Austin.
Oh,
Jonathan
okay.
Austin. Kind of does this thing in the radio show, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, he was like, I see some talent in you. You want to try doing debate? And he didn't kind of like try to like viciously recruit me, but rather like gave it as like an option in the door, like something I wanted to take in myself. And so I ended up wanting to do it because it was a different path, and it was kind of unexpected because most people expect me to do some type of sport.
Oh, so I like that. I like how you're able to. It's kind of like breaking stereotypes.
Yeah.
African American male in the city of Newark with the height that you have. You're like, nah, I'm different. And then there's knocking those who play basketball, right? But you wear your own shoes, and your shoes shouldn't be try to match with other people. I actually have an older sister. And she went to university. Go Phoenix. How about y'all shout out y'all?
Should have been a Phoenix.
NGLT. Highlanders.
Should have been a Phoenix. Now I'm a Bear.
Okay.
I went from a Phoenix to Night.
Yeah. Wait, and so I used to, I actually wanted to be my sister to a certain degree. I wanted to go to university. I wanted to be a Phoenix. But I had to understand that those weren't my shoes. That I had to find my own path. And I think, and so big ups Uzma for doing that, of like finding your own path, and not only finding it, but rocking out to it. Being fourth in the nation, that's phenomenal. And so who else wants to share, or who can relate to Uzma, or just wants to chime in on how did you acquire the level of success that you have acquired, and you're only seniors in high school? Okay, so go ahead, Jocelyn. That's all you.
Okay, my name is Jocelyn Williams. No, from university. I'm not from Newark.
Okay.
I'm from Jersey City.
Okay.
This is my first year in Newark.
Okay.
So I came to
Oh,
Newark.
that's okay, because we're claiming you. Period, point blank.
Okay.
You're going to like a Newark high school.
Yeah. You know,
Where the mayor
hometown in
went
Jersey
to.
City.
Nope, you're in Newark. Sorry, she went to somewhere in Jersey City, but you're here. Welcome.
Yeah. With university, they've been trying to recruit me ever since I was a freshman.
Okay.
But I never fell in until my senior year.
Okay.
And if I could go back, I would come to Newark for my freshman year. Yeah.
That's dope. So you out there, you told me that your nickname on the team is JD, and I was like, oh, those is that your name initials? You're like, no, J of course is for my first name, but the D, what does the D stand for?
D is for my defense. No,
Talk
somebody
about
get in
that.
front of me, that's lock up. Straight lock up.
That's
I don't
give me
let
those.
nobody come.
I'm sorry, what? So y'all all knew what she meant when that's lock up?
Oh yeah.
So see,
Yeah.
I'm not that young. 'Cause
Oh,
I'm like, what do
yeah.
you mean by
It means
that?
I don't let nobody get past
Yeah.
me.
It's over.
It don't matter the height.
No matter the height.
Nothing.
So you
but-
telling me that Usman can like try to get in front of you?
No,
And
I'm taking the ball.
That's the champ right there.
I know, 2 years consecutive. That's what's up. But I've seen y'all play. I've seen university girls basketball play, and y'all phenomenal.
Thanks.
The aggression, the passion. I've seen y'all play against some teams, and y'all like, you know what? We're not doing this. Let's just quickly get this done and over with. Rack up these points.
Some of them not on our level.
You
But
know?
we always continue to stay humble.
Okay. And so how do you continue to stay humble?
We don't how I say it.
Think about it.
Yeah, let me think about it real quick.
We're gonna come back to you.
Yeah.
All right, so we did a boy, girl. So now we're on a boy. So Emmanuel, tell us, how did you get into photography? Yeah.
Started at my school with
What's your school again?
Weekly High School.
Go Indian.
With somebody that worked at my school, but she works at Westside right now.
What's her name?
Miss Anna Dos Santos. She used to do all the photography at Weekway because nobody was really interested in it, and we used to hang out with her a lot and do a lot of community service with her. So she asked me if I wanted to do it for an event they were having at the media center one time, and I was like, yeah, sure, let me try it out because I like trying new things out. So I tried it out and I really liked it, and it was awesome taking photos for the event and getting better. So I eventually got like my own camera and started like working at it.
What do you mean you had to get your own camera?
Like I had to like purchase my own camera because the camera that I used at school was for the school equipment. I couldn't take it out and like do personal things with it.
So how did you get your own camera? You had a job?
No, I actually took a loan from my brother. Like
I'm sorry, what you do?
I took a loan from my brother, a small loan from my brother, to purchase the camera.
Wow. Wait, so that's dedication, right?
Yeah.
Because if So the school camera is a school camera, right? The school camera is a school camera. You can't take it out. The homie over here said, nah, I got some other things I need to be doing.
That's what I like to do.
And so he took a whole long. So I actually know Emmanuel's story a little bit, and so that's why I was prompting him a little bit more, because I think it's though when you find your passion, when you find something that you truly care about, you find you make a way. You find a means and you make a way. And I definitely want to give him like a side shout out. Because who takes loans out when they in high school?
Oh, he got a loan for college.
But he took it out from your brother, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so what type of camera? Because I'm sure we have some listeners that probably understand, the lingo, the photography world. And so, what type of camera did you?
It was a Canon. I have it right here actually. A Canon Rebel XT. Yeah, it was my first camera. I got it about 2 years ago, and it was used. It wasn't brand new because I couldn't afford a brand new one. So I got it off of somebody online, and I started working with it over time.
Oh, no. How do you keep up with it? Because cameras are pretty fragile, no?
Keep up with my camera?
Yeah, like how do you make sure that it stays intact, all is well?
Well, I take it everywhere. Like it has to be like in my sight at all times because it's like one of my most prized possessions. It's like something I always tell myself that with my camera, I'm never gonna sell this camera. I'm gonna like hold on to it till I'm old and like frame it, put it in my house for my kids to see that. Yeah, that was Manny's first camera. So.
Aww. That's your nickname. Wait, Jocelyn, do you have something? She's silly. Do you have something like that, a prized possession that no matter what you're gonna like hold near and dear?
No.
What? Not even like a basketball, a jersey, a ring,
No.
something?
Oh, since we are state champs, we will be getting our jackets and rings Wednesday.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Let's help it out. That's really dope. That really means something. That truly, y'all worked hard for that. Y'all played a lot of teams. And I know your practice, y'all practice. Y'all don't like, I'll see you in 3 days. Nah, y'all literally are family members. And so, hey, Ayana. Hey. Come on, tell us about yourself. What is your passion? What got you doing what you're doing?
Okay, so I'm going to be a lawyer.
Okay. So that's a fact. Everyone know that. So y'all do know whatever y'all doing, y'all like. So you're going to be my lawyer. You're going to be my photographer.
Of course.
I'll be your basketball player.
No. You're gonna you're gonna teach me how to be like extremely aggressive. Like,
Yeah, I'm ready.
how do I go ahead and get that?
Got you.
Right.
I appreciate that.
Uzma, I'm coming for you when I need a debate prep, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Try to argue with
You
somebody.
need somebody to argue.
Got my back.
I mean, I'm gonna be a lawyer. Like, I always knew that I wanted to like help people, and I always knew that I wanted to do something like big in a way. Even if it's like changing one person's life, I always knew I wanted to like. When I seen on like TV and stuff when people go to jail, they didn't do it, or say if somebody is wrongly convicted, or if somebody just needs someone to help them, even if it is something small, but they give so much time, like for something that somebody else could slap on the wrist if they just had great defense.
Yeah. Wait, have you all heard about the Central Park 5?
Yeah.
Yeah, and so everything that you just explained, well, for any listener that probably hasn't, that doesn't know about it, who here wants to explain what they know about Central Park 5? I'm such a teacher, so go ahead, tell us. What did you get from it?
Okay, so first let's start off. You start shedding some tears.
Right.
It's
It's
very
so horrible.
deep. So it's about these 5 kids who were just in Central Park, chilling, vibing. But it was a couple of them who did jump this boy. It was a lady jogger, and she was, taking her daily jog when she got raped and abused and happened to die. So they wind up, instead of finding out who really did it, they wind up taking the 5 boys into jail without no evidence of what they did. And they tried to do DNA tests and everything, and they didn't have no match, but they still blame them.
Yeah. Anyone want to add to that?
It was just their whole situation was just a fail of the system once again. And it's sad that it's just being brought to light because as me being a lawyer and me being in law class.
I'm sorry, snap
me
it up
being
because
a
you
lawyer.
said me being a lawyer.
Because I'm thinking into existence. But no, seriously, for me going to be a lawyer and me being in law class since I was a freshman at university, I always like know about the cases because when you're in class you got to do real life cases or whatever. It's just like a failed justice system, and them it's off race. That's number one.
Okay.
It's based off race.
Okay.
That's a fact. And them not having people in their corner and nobody to even be around and be like, wait, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, this is not right. She made sure place them. I don't even know the lady name. What's
The prosecutor?
The prosecutor.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, she made sure. Even in the series, she was like, oh, where they was on separate sides of the park, we're gonna place them there.
Don't forget police brutality.
Yes.
They beat on them
13-year-old
kids and try to lie and say it was from a woman.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, so Uzma, when we were out there, we were talking about some of the things that you like to debate about. And if someone tried to like step to you, you're like, nah, I got this. This is the exact words. I got the leg up. That's what you say. And so he said one thing that he enjoys debating about is food. I'm not mad about that. But also race. And so, given the conversation that we're having right now, what is and you nod your head over there about when Ayana had mentioned it's about race, and you're like, yeah. So, go ahead.
I mean, well, first, like you got to know, like it was, I believe, in the 1980s when that around the time that happened, and I'm not gonna say that racism was heightened there because I think that racism is always still present. I just think that it was more explicit back then, or even more explicit now if you're looking at how like the current climate is kind of going. But besides that, like people have this like strange desire because they see blackness or black people as lesser to always find a way to criminalize them or demean them or make them feel lesser, right? And that also goes to other things, because like you have to really think about it. Why did these white people really want to prosecute these 5 boys, even though they had evidence they didn't want to? And if you actually looked at the details of the case, because after watching it, like first of all, after watching it, I had to like take a break because that was just like a real horror movie for black people. Like sometimes you'll watch like a werewolf movie or maybe a vampire movie, you'll be like
this is real life. That's like fiction. This is like
which is why it kind of hit home for a lot of black people when they watched this documentary. But when I was looking up the details of the documentary, turns out what I was about to say, turns out the reason as to why they were actually pushing really hard against it is because it became a public case. And once it became a public case, if they had lost this, it would have been like, hey, this is a key example in New York of how like this racist antagonism just happened to these innocent 5 black boys. And so they ended up just kept on pushing forward and forward to like keep on antagonizing them, to say that, hey, I may be racist, but I'm justified because they are criminals.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm really I'm not saying surprised, but I think it's dope that I think all of y'all watched it. What incentivized y'all to like, oh, I'm about to go on Netflix and I'm about to like click this button. But you still started. And so what provoked that? What made y'all even
We need to know the truth.
What do you mean know
We need to know everything that this lady and everybody else who was involved in.
Did someone tell y'all about it or something?
It was more on social
All
media.
over Instagram.
And when Netflix drops something, it pop
They
up on your
drop
phone.
something.
Yeah, they drop it like mixtape.
So you're
it pop up on your phone.
All right. So y'all know I'm a board member on the North Board of Education. And so y'all telling me that if I want students to know something, I just got to drop something on Netflix?
Nah.
Instagram.
Nah.
Instagram.
Hopefully it
With the
touches
right hashtag?
you
Oh,
know,
the right
full
hashtag?
page.
You got
Okay.
you got this.
Oh, okay. I'm just wondering because we always trying to see what's going to get y'all to do stuff and like come out.
It's more of us knowing.
Knowing. So how do we let y'all know?
Like you need to like connect with the right people, right young people that have
The right ones?
Yeah, like
So you told me I've been connecting with the wrong ones?
I don't know. I don't know if you've been connecting. Not just that. Like I'm saying, like with the ones that have to connect with the whole district, because some certain high school students have like the plug with like
Who got the plug?
like
You got the
Instagram.
plug.
No, I got the plug.
We got the plug. We had a whole uni there.
And they can like reach out to the whole youth. Get them
Okay.
on board.
Yeah.
All right. That was a mental note. That was a mental note for me. But okay, so we can go back to the Central Park Five. I did not watch it, but I did learn about it when I was in high school and when I was in college. For me, I'm gonna be honest. It's really hard for me to watch stuff like you said, Uzma. It being like a horror movie. The difference between like Freddy Krueger and the Central Park Five or a prosecutor is a prosecutor literally is real, and those are actual events. Versus Freddy Krueger, that's okay. That's the movie's fair point blank. And so it truly hurts my feelings and makes me feel some type of way. Not only as like a black person, but I'm also a mother to a 7-year-old black boy. And sometimes it does something to me as a mother to look at my son and to hear all these different things that are happening in the world, and even having personal experience or knowing people that I love and hold near and dear, having those personal experiences. And I'm like in fear of my son. I'm like, oh my word. And so as young people watching that present day, how does that, like, what does that do for you and your feelings and when you're walking in the street? And then all of y'all are going to college too. Some are local, some are out of state. And so what does that do to you and how you go out into this world? You're already in this world, right? But now you're going out into this world as high school graduates. You have your high school diploma. You're already 18 or you're about to be 18, and so this world already has a perception of you, but now you're even more now more things, negative things can happen to you. And so what does that mean for knowing the background of the Central Park 5 and other things as well, and going into these new spaces? Like, what does that mean for y'all? And, like, how do y'all plan on dealing with it, or how do you deal with it? I know that's a loaded question, but this is all politics.
I say you gotta just think before you do.
What do you mean by that?
Like, yeah, I mean it's self-explanatory. You gotta think before you do. Like, you can't just say, okay, if you about to rob something, right? They don't just do it. They plan it out before they do it.
Yeah.
You have to think before you do something, and like the kids, they didn't know that that's what was going to lead to happening. So if they would have thought about what they were going to do or what would actually happen, they would have never been in the situation.
Or maybe not. I'll have a push because they didn't do it. Like, they didn't do what the prosecutor and what everyone was trying to put on. Like, they weren't even in the same part that the incident happened. They were in this part and the woman was in a different part. And so so I went to school up in Boston, and my aunt, she went to Wellesley, and Wellesley is about 30 minutes out from Boston. Wellesley is an all-women's college, and I went to Simmons, another all-women's college. And she did tell me she went to school out there in the 80s, and when I was going to college years later, because I'm not going to tell y'all when I was there, because y'all going to figure out how old I am. I'm not doing that with y'all. Anyway, when she was telling me, she was telling me, like, yeah, there are parts of Boston that you shouldn't even be in. Just because you're a black woman, like, don't even do it. And she wasn't trying to tell me to scare me, but it was just more so, not to say something's bad's gonna happen, but there's a possibility. And so do y'all size up situations or environments like, you know what, I'm not going to go there because there's a possibility that I can be caught up in something? Do y'all do that?
It shouldn't be like that.
Yeah. Like, what places? What places will y'all be like? So me, it was like South Boston. I'm not going to South Boston. I'm not going to go into it, but I'm just wasn't going to do it.
Chicago.
Fact.
No, not going to go to Chicago.
I mean, I'm going to Baltimore, which is really kind of crazy, but
Yeah.
I'm going to stay on campus.
How about the guys? Want to chime in?
Yeah, I'm definitely never going to Waco, Texas.
Well, okay.
Yeah, because like Waco, Texas, not only historically had a lot of lynchings of black peoples, but I think in 2017 or 16 they had a recent lynching of a black person, and it's just known to be like a really racist climate to the point where I didn't actually want to go to Baylor University, which was trying to recruit me.
Where's that?
It's in Waco, Texas.
Oh.
I ended up not wanting to go there just because, yeah.
Oh wow.
That's like Florida.
Mm.
Yeah, they don't play. You step on a lawn, it's on sight.
And that's sad.
Wow. Wait. So, Usman, you actually said a college.
Yeah.
Like I won't even look at this school because of the historic racism and incidents that happen to Black people.
Yeah.
That's real deep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
And then you
real-
so far, you're like,
Wait, I'm gonna be
That's
honest. I
far.
thought you was gonna say like the movies.
oh no,
I
like,
didn't say like the wait. I thought you was
doing?
gonna say like the mall or like I'm not gonna go to this mall. I'll go to that mall. Homie said a whole like place, which is
we
dope.
go to
I love
college.
it.
I mean,
I
we
love
go to the Ironbound, they might look at us like, "Ooh."
Oh, do y'all do that in the city? Like, do y'all say, "Oh, I'm not gonna go to this part of the city, city of Newark"? No. How about like outside the city, like Essex County? Do y'all be like, "I'm not going to Irvington"? How about if y'all be like, "I'm not going to Livingston"? No, but Texas, you just like, yeah, I'm not doing this. How about anyone else? Is there just like a place, or have you ever made a decision like I'm not going to do this because I'm gonna be honest, I was like I'm not going to a Red Sox game because I think like they might do something crazy to me. Period, point blank. I'm not going to experience that because I feel as though I might actually be putting myself in a situation that I won't be able to come out of safely.
I think yes, like somebody was trying to recruit me, trying to book me to like do a shoot at some kind of studio in New York, and it's like I don't know much about it, and these dudes are kind of shady, so it's like I don't exactly trust them, so I would like not go to that shoot or accept the gig. So it's like I'll be skeptical sometimes when I'm taking events and taking like gigs and bookings because I want to know that where I'm going is safe and that I'm not going to put myself in like a place where I don't want to be or need to be.
No, that's dope. Wait, so did y'all just hear? So he gets bookings.
Right.
So I'm gonna have to, I need
Can't
a photo
relate.
shoot.
Well, graduation is like in what, 2 weeks?
I think that's pretty cool. Up top, Emmanuel for having a whole business over there. But it's something that I think we do have to, and I say we, like Black people, that we do have to be conscious about sizing up a situation. And there's nothing that even happened. There was nothing. Well, Uzma, you're able to make a historic reference and say, well, historically this is a problem, and so what will be different of me being there? But like even if I say, oh, I'm not going to a baseball game, what fact do I really have to make that decision? Like, did something really happen? The answer is no. Just like how the Central Park 5, even if they say, oh, I'm going to Central Park, that's not going to be safe for me because someone might accuse me of doing something like who thinks like that? And I think we do have a burden. When I say we, Black people, minority people, we have a burden going out into places and thinking like that. And that's kind of, how do y'all feel about that?
Nobody should live like that.
No, I agree. No one should live like that. It's kind of messed up.
And it might, in our lifetime, it's probably not going to change.
Really?
That's how I feel.
Really? Maybe if you become a lawyer.
Oh yeah, I am going to be a lawyer.
I mean,
and
my
I
bad.
will help, but I mean, you got to undo a lot of racism.
Yeah.
It's gonna be hard.
Yeah, and people prejudge you. Like even if they don't try to, it's built in some people, and it's just like you could do so much you could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel that. So we're talking. So you just mentioned how you want to alleviate that, and so I guess that talks about that can lead us into the next discussion of what does life after high school look like for y'all. We know we're going to college, but there's more to just going to college. It's what do you want to major in, or why do you want to major in that? Why did you select the school that you selected? Anyone go, because I'm a teacher and I will cold call. So
Me?
go. There you
Hi,
go.
y'all.
Who's talking?
Jocelyn.
Hey,
I will be attending at JCU, home of the night.
Oh, clap it up, clap it up.
I will be majoring in sports management. No, I am all about sports.
Okay.
I was gonna go to NJIT for civil engineering,
Oh.
but
Okay. What made you decide?
I had to follow my heart, and my heart is sports. I do play basketball, softball,
Okay.
and yeah.
What do people with that major, that background, what do they do with that?
With sports management,
Yeah.
you get to do anything.
Well, I'm not familiar with that. Like, that's not my thing, and so
You could be a trainer, coach. I'm going to either be a trainer or a coach.
Okay.
But I'm also going to be playing for them,
Okay.
and I will also be going for business too, in case I want to open up my own gym.
Okay. Okay, entrepreneur. I know that's right.
And I gotta make the money.
Yeah. Not mad. Who's next? I don't want to necessarily always go in a line. Okay, Manuel, the girl said.
So, after college, no, after high school is college. I'm going to NJIT.
Okay.
The Highlanders.
Okay, clap it up, clap it up, clap it up. You show support.
Yeah, I'm going to be majoring in mechanical engineering. So,
What is that?
it's okay. Let me like explain because it was like a hard decision. Not hard, but like hard to decide what I want to do in my life because I have like a lot of interests and it's like, what are you gonna do after college? People are always asking me. And it's like I want to do this, I want to do that, but like there's a lot of things you can do with your life. And there's a lot of things I want to do in my life that I don't know if I could do everything in college. So I decided to like follow like my passions and like focus on it. And photography is one of my passions, but growing up, I've always like had a passion for cars and like building cars and knowing how cars work. Because growing up with my father was all about his car and like his how it worked. And he would take us, my brother and I, to the workshops, to the mechanics. Like whenever he had to fix his car, and when he was like doing major work on his car by himself, we would be right there next to him and like learning with him. So and I've always liked cars. I've been fascinated by fast cars and stuff like that. So I want to like learn how to build it and eventually like build my own car in the future. Like you know how people refurbish cars, like cars that are like extinct and like old cars and like bring them back to
you
life.
say extinct cars?
Yes, like classic cars. Say cars from the 70s, 80s.
We can say vintage.
Exactly.
When I think of extinct, I think of
Those are good cars.
Me too.
Yeah, like bring vintage cars back to life, ride in the streets, show people like what life was back in the 80s and 70s and stuff like that.
Oh, wait, so you can do that? You know how to do stuff like that?
I eventually hope to learn, but I know some of it, not all of it yet.
I'm surprised you're into photography.
In college? No, photography is not something I exactly want to study in college because I believe photography is a skill. It's more of a hobby to me. As much as I enjoy it, it's not something I want to take to school and like put it in a classroom and put it in a room. So photography is something I enjoy and I want to like take it to like creative limits, to have no creative limits, so no boundaries, no teacher boundaries. So that's exactly why I'm not studying it in school.
So I'm actually gonna be going to Rutgers Newark this upcoming fall.
Okay, clap it up, clap it up, clap it up. Nice. Although he's wearing a Seton Hall basketball hoodie.
Because I was actually like super recently about to go to Seton Hall, but I had a super recent like change of heart.
Options.
But I plan on majoring in computer science and having a minor in social justice. Because I feel like I was gonna like ever since I was young, I was like I always want to do stuff with computers, and that hasn't changed. But what has changed is what I want to give back to the community that kind of raised me, which is why I want to have a minor in social justice. And so I feel like the best way for me to do that while still taking my loves of like computers, because I like to think I'm a little bit of a closet nerd. It's like bring technology.
I never hear that.
But yeah, bring technology and like more advanced computer things to Newark, because like usually kids like they know how to use computers, they know how to use phones, but like it's usually like this outdated stuff you see in schools that use like old things like Windows 7 when Windows 10 is already
So
out.
you're basically telling me as a board member I need to be advocating for like outdated systems?
Sure.
Please.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Look at the difference.
Go ahead.
But yeah, that's pretty much all I'm thinking about for now, because like I'm still like I'm not in college yet, I still gotta think about it.
Oh, wait. Oh, so now you're not in college yet.
Sorry.
You're out there. He said, "I go to Rutgers."
Yeah, he said, I'm already in college. I was like, oh.
I thought he skipped the grade for a
okay.
second. Like,
Let me just walk back slowly on with no problems. Going to debate me down. I ain't doing this for him.
him just let him rock.
Wait, so what do you do with computers now?
Right now,
Yeah, so you said,
I mean, all I'm really like. Computer science is less about the actual computer itself, but rather the software on the computer.
Oh.
And so I'm learning to how to like code Java. It's like a lot of computer programs use it. Yeah, that's pretty much it for now. I'm just taking it slow because it's actually pretty hard.
I heard about
Oh,
Mr.
smart,
U class.
Yeah, you smart.
So you got layers.
What's your GPA?
He gonna make us cry. Don't ask me that.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about my GPA.
Oh, we might go. Yo, you know, top 25 in the building.
Okay.
That is too funny. Wait, okay. Know this. Because you have a high GPA does not mean that
It
it's a guarantee
doesn't.
to like
Right.
success of any like.
It doesn't.
I'm not saying don't have the high GPAs, but don't go and assuming, oh, my high GPA.
Yeah,
I don't
definitely
have it.
not.
It ain't that.
Yeah, because actually, when you look at different leaders or people, there are probably not probably, but there are people that have Fortune 500 companies, and they probably didn't even go to college, right? And so don't be so, oh, what's your GPA? Because it's a number. And when you
Most of the
graduate,
people making money didn't go to college.
yeah, I won't say again. I will
Dropped out of
always.
school, now we feeling rich.
Is that a song?
That's Drake.
Oh. I'm so sorry. I'm not cool. My bad. Sorry, y'all. But y'all just there's one thing. Okay, so I was born and raised in the city of North, the South Ward, Weekway section. I go hard. That's why 3 people that city next to me are affiliated with the South Ward one way or another. And Uzman is just dope, so it's just like, oh, fine. And so one thing, so when I went to I went to a private high school in Scotch Plains, and I'm not gonna get deep into my story, but it was a predominantly white school. When I would tell people that I was from North, they automatically looked at me different. Like, it didn't even matter what I knew. It didn't matter my character. It was just like, oh, you're from North. And the same thing happened when I went to school up in Boston. In Boston, it worked in my favor because it was like, yeah, don't mess with me. Like, go over there and all that. But it was still not fair. For me, I just felt as though it wasn't fair for someone to assume something about me because of where I was from. And even to this day, there are people actually from North that would question, oh, you from North? And I had to say, that's not on me, that's on you. Because you assume that the person I am, that North couldn't create me. And so, seriously. And so, all 4 of you, y'all doing it. The perception of the city that we live in, that we claim. There are stigmas, and we're not saying, and those stigmas, they're there for a reason, right? Like, we're not saying that we're perfect, we're not saying all that, but y'all just as equally important to the narrative of what the city of Newark is as anyone else. And so shine. Don't be afraid to shine. Shine, 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 shine. Because when people try to dim your light, that only makes your bright that much brighter. That your light that much brighter. And so when you go out into the next chapter of your lives, and people tell you, where are you from, where'd you go to school, say Newark with pride, all right? So we're about to wrap up, and true to all politics are local, I need all y'all to say, and the listeners might be like, who is that? But true to all politics are local, y'all have to tell me who's your favorite rapper or rap group. I'm so afraid to hear this.
I got one.
Or just think about, or just who do you know that is a rapper, and just
I like Notorious.
Notorious.
Yeah,
okay, go y'all.
Sis don't even listen to me.
All right. Emmanuel, Ayana, come on.
I appreciate my boy Meek Mill. I appreciate my boy Lil Durk for you.
Cardi B.
Cardi B.
She's a rapper?
Oh.
Yes. Like, you saying that she's a rapper? I don't know. That wasn't shady.
You
That
don't
was
know
a
Cardi
question.
B?
I know who she is, but I'm just saying, like, she's
Oh, yeah.
classified under rap.
Yeah. She
Okay.
got bars. You got bars?
My name is Asia, and I'm the best. Hey, that's
Oh,
all I got.
she about to spit some fire.
That's all I got. That's all I got, y'all. That's all I got. Uzman, Emmanuel.
I'm kind of split in half.
Okay.
Cause I kind of like Ski Mask, but I also like Kendrick.
Okay.
J. Cole, my boy J. Cole. Shout out to J. Cole.
Okay.
J. Cole solid too.
Dope, Emmanuel.
I don't know. It's like too many for me to pick from. Like, a lot of favorites.
Who's the first one to come to mind?
I would say St. John. Yeah, nobody knows him. Like, nobody knows
It
him.
went
A lot-
quiet. It
a
was
lot of people-
silent. I looked around.
A lot of people know him.
Just send me the
but not
playlist.
in Jersey and Newark. But he's like, he worked with Biggsburg. Biggsburg owns he worked with Jay-Z on Rockefeller and Rock Nation.
Okay.
So St. John he didn't recently blow up, but like he got bigger when he started working with Biggsburg recently this year.
Okay.
So I've been following him since last year, and he dropped his first album, collection one. He's about to drop some
He's
more.
in your playlist.
Word.
All right.
Send me that.
So thank you all again.
Thank
Jocelyn,
you.
Emmanuel,
Thanks for
Ayana,
having me.
Uzman. Shout y'all schools out real quick.
Uni! Phoenix!
So clearly we know University Phoenix are
We
here.
gonna start
Anyone
that.
else is here? Is anyone else here?
Science.
Science, and you are the Chargers. There you go.
Oh,
And we also have
Shout out Week Way, the Indians.
yeah,
Okay,
IT,
we went.
Indian Pride. And so again, you are listening to All Politics Are Local. I'm gonna need help because DJ Rhino's not here, and I can't tell him to take it away. And so,
Chicken fried.
oh, hey.
You supposed to be like, it was all a dream.